A hungry mouth to feed. 'Cause it's sundown on the human. It was made by the human race. Sure had a good idea to breed that in this place. Place.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. We promised good weather. We got good weather. Folks, get bunch up a little. We'll keep a little warmer. This rally is about jobs, jobs, and jobs. And I say it 3 times because we got 3 kinds of jobs. First of all, we got the jobs that people want to get. People who don't have jobs want to get jobs. And of course, we have President Obama's American Jobs Act for that. Secondly, we want to extend unemployment compensation for those people who have lost their jobs. It's critically important. We're going to hear a lot about that later on. And thirdly, and also very important, is we want to keep the jobs we've got. And there are some people here today who are going to tell us about how thin the thread of them keeping their jobs is. So it's 3 categories of jobs: jobs, jobs, and jobs. So the other thing about the jobs issue is that the community is very, very critical. And especially the faith-based community, but the community in general. And as there's a lot of union folks here today, we know that when we lose jobs, when anybody loses jobs, it affects the entire community. And there's a ripple effect. There's not only a ripple effect, but of course now, when people lose jobs, they cease to be consumers. 70% of our economy is based on consumption, and we can see what happens. And as more and more people lose their jobs, it's just a downward spiral. So I'd like to we have a number of ministers here today. I'd like Reverend Cavanis, Reverend Stroman, and Reverend Miner to come up, because the faith-based community is extremely important in this jobs issue, and it's a moral issue as well as an economic issue. So if those 3 folks could come up and maybe each say a few words to start off our rally, we'll then proceed from there.
All right. Say I'm fired up. Oh, I didn't hear you. Say I'm fired up. I ain't gonna take it anymore. Ain't gonna let nobody turn me around. We're certainly here to support this effort. We're certainly here because we know we must stand up for them who cannot stand up for themselves. We must stand up for families. We're standing with people who work every day and they need to protect their jobs. We're standing up for them who are on unemployment, and we're standing up saying that they must extend those unemployment benefits. And we're also standing up that we would raise our voices, and that we know that when we stand together and we raise our voices, then we know that justice will roll down like righteousness, and we know that it will roll down like a mighty flowing stream. We know that God is a God of peace, and He's a God that inspires us to do what God has called us to do. It's cold, but we're here because God has called us to this place. Thank you, and God bless you. Come on.
I'm just echoing what the gentleman just said, that we're here for jobs, jobs, and jobs. Let's say it out loud. Jobs is what we need. Jobs is what we're going to get. God bless you.
Reverend Stroman.
Nice.
Hey, I just want to remind everyone that big money is getting more and more powerful and gathering more and more of the money. But they can't keep this country going. They need the middle class. They need the rest of us to be prosperous too. And God does not want a few to benefit and the rest of the people to suffer. We must return equality to the United States.
That's right.
We have to bring big money down. We can do it. We have done it in the past. When the people are united, we can win our rights and we can bring equality economically to the people. So let's stay together, stay united, and stay the course.
God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you so much. This really is about what's right, it's about what's moral, and it's about what's ethical. So I thank all three of you for launching this rally today. And now, thank you so much, Reverend Stroman, for launching the next speaker, which is John Cecily from Occupy Cleveland. He's going to talk a little bit about how Occupy Cleveland and the Occupy movement is very connected, very, very closely connected. And in fact, it is the same issue as the jobs issue. John.
God, the man.
Thank you, everybody. Good afternoon. Thank you for coming. As Harry mentioned, I'm with Occupy Cleveland. I think it's no secret that there are so many issues in the world today that we all have to come together and work as a team to make the world a more positive place. And being involved in this occupation has been the most amazing experience of my life, and having events like this just makes it that much more worthwhile. We cannot give up the fight, and that is what they want us to do. We have to continue to work together, set aside our petty differences, because a lot of our differences are very, very petty, and realize that we're not living the way we need to be living. And I think if we can continue to come together, we will win. We will win.
Thank you, John. And just in case you haven't seen it, there is a banner down here, a greed banner, an end greed banner, that if you can sign it, they would very much appreciate the Occupy folks. And let's hear it for the Occupy people. It's getting colder, and they're still here. Just yesterday, the Cleveland City Council passed a resolution supporting not only the goals of Occupy Cleveland, but Occupy Cleveland itself. So even our City Council is solidly behind the Occupy movement. And we're very happy to hear that. 18 to 1, that's right. I'm not going to tell you who voted against it, but most of them voted for it. Okay, now we have, I want to feature right off the bat, as we launch this rally, somebody who one of the reasons we're here, and that's to support unemployed workers in their very, very serious attempt and our national need to extend unemployment compensation. So I'd like to bring up to the microphone Brenton Sample, who is unemployed and who wants to say a few words, tell us about his story. Brenton.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? Yeah, I want to speak about my unemployment situation and my life in general. I've been a Cleveland resident my whole life. I'm 25 years old right now, about to be 26 in February, and I've never seen Cleveland this bad off financially, and you know, just physically, and I mean, just spiritually. You know, everybody's down, everybody's attitude is down. You know, and I was getting unemployment. I got laid off my job. You know, I'm a hard worker. I'm not a lazy dude. There's a lot of guys out here that are not lazy people, but they're looking around for opportunity but can't find opportunity. I'm one of those people, and I've been searching for opportunity my whole time. I've been laid off, received unemployment, and still haven't found a job, you know, as of today. You know, and I'm qualified, but, you know, the opportunity is just not there. You know, it's just actually not there. People really don't understand. They sit in their houses, and people who are employed, they don't understand the struggle that we're going through trying to find jobs. And when they cut my unemployment, I no longer have $5 to pay the RTA every day to get to a job. So it's like I'm just being cut off, and I don't have any option. How am I supposed to get to my job search now? You know, how's my family supposed to eat? I got 2 kids nowadays, so how are they supposed to eat? You know, how am I supposed to make it for them? I mean, go out and hustle and then go to jail, you know, it's a lose-lose situation that we're being put in, and it needs to change. You know,
I'm tired of, I'm not even the type to give speeches, but, my situation has become so messed up financially. I'm out here and I'm standing in the cold and I'm with this movement, whatever movement is going to change my life and change the rest of the people's lives who are suffering and going through what I'm going through. All the people are superior, you know what I'm saying? We need to switch it up, and we need to get some help. We need to get some help. And these big money people, who are hogging up all the money, they need to spread the wealth. They're sitting up with their feet up at home and they're not caring about other people who are out here hungry, They're getting ready to cut Medicare and cut off food cards and direction cards, People are going to starve to death. People depend upon that type of stuff, It's real, And people don't understand how real it is because they got their jobs and, really don't appreciate, like, the people who are suffering,
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
And Brendan, he speaks the truth. He came over here from the Employment Connection where he was hard at work trying to get a job. So he's not kidding you. He's doing everything he can to get employment. Okay, now the fun begins. Let's march. We're going to march down Rockwell here. We're going to make a left at the Board of Education and go straight toward City Hall. We've got a permit at the Federal Building in the back of the Federal Building. So we're going to be marching over to the Federal Building. We're going to hear a lot more. We got a lot more great speakers for you. And then we are going to go up to Senator Portman's office, a small delegation going up to Senator Portman's office to give them the letter. Now, hopefully you've all signed the letter. Where's David? Where's David? Okay, David has the sample, the letter that all of you should sign. We're going to take this letter up to Portman saying we support the extension of unemployment. So between now and the time that they go up, everybody should sign this letter. We got lots of space for you to put your John Hancock on the letter. So now, with no further ado, let's march. We're going to form up and go that way. Ready?